So about 3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago, we were fiberglassing the panels to go on the hull sides of the heads, and now we've got to do the rest of the heads. So I'm going to be fiberglassing the parts of the paneling that go against the, say, the cockpit wall and the engine room sides. So we've got a few pieces, smaller pieces here. I'm going to fiberglass those, and then there's another one larger piece that I need to fiberglass as well, and then they need to all be bonded in and sealed together, and then I need to start making the shower pans. So work is continuing, and hopefully we'll have this done soon. So I'm going to get cracking. So I have one panel laying up, which is the aft bulkhead type piece, the first piece. Now, a few eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed already that I forgot to wet out the melamine first. So I realized halfway through, so I added some extra epoxy or resin to the actual mat. So yeah, I think this might be a crap one, but that's okay. Look, this isn't structural. If I was building a boat now, yeah, I'd scrap it, but, well, an actual hull, I am building a boat. If I was building a structural part of the boat, then yes, it would be a lot more key to have this perfect. But all I want is a smooth finish in the bathroom. So some might say this is extreme to get a smooth finish in the bathroom by fiberglassing, but it's a nice way to do it. So we'll see how this comes out when it cures. We'll have a look and see. I'll do the second bit right. So they're all setting up now. Obviously I kind of made a mistake with the first one, so be curious to see if that makes a difference. Second one I did as I normally would. So they're weighed down now, and I'm going to leave them overnight and come back tomorrow or Sunday and have a look at them and see if they're any good. I also have the larger panel to go in from the head, so I'm going to bring that up as well and do that while I'm here next time. So yeah. Let's go and get the bigger panel, and we'll come see how this is in a couple of days, and yeah, see how we go. So the boat is back to work mode. I never showed you this actually. I put the toilet in for me and Niamh to use it for when we were actually doing our little sailing trip. I put a non-anti-siphon loops on the intake and the outtake. So yeah, I put the seacocks in, as you saw in one of the last episodes, and then I just plumbed it in. My plan will be to build like a cabinet here, with doors on the front, and then a shower tray here, and I'm going to box probably the back of this in so that there's somewhere to rest the seat when you open the seat, and I might close in up to around here, or might box it in completely, I'm not quite sure. But what we're doing now is we'll sneak way back in here. So I built I haven't built it, I just glued in some wood. I built a frame, so the panels that we've been fiberglassing earlier on can screw into here and can screw onto those, and then later I'll drill out the window and fit that. But right now what I'm going to do is, where is it? This panel needs to go into this section here and secure here and on the top and on the sides. And then when all these panels are secured and in properly, I'm going to either cut the door out on this side, or I haven't fully decided yet, I might leave this actually closed. I can always open it up later if I decide to. So I have the bulkhead at the back, and I have one of the side panels on as well. I'm not going to fully screw this in yet until I have this panel in place, so I don't end up with like a big gap. And I also think that the frame down there is a little bit too far in, so I need to space it out a bit. So I'll put them all together, and then I can start packing in behind and make sure that it's going to fit properly. But yeah, it's really starting to come together. Once I make that piece, which will be from there down, I can really start to see the whole bathroom come together and start sealing the edges, and then I can paint it. So that's exciting. So this is in. There was a bit of messing and swearing to get it in, but it's in. It's very secure, but one thing that's gonna have to be fixed is there's a bit of a bow in it from top to bottom. So there's like an inch of a difference in the gap between this bulkhead and this one at the top, between the bottom. So when we put the top frame in for the door, for the galley door, or for the heads door, I'm going to use that to push this out and straighten it. There might be a little bit of a wave in it, which we'll have to kind of fix somehow, but not too worried about it. So there's only one more panel to make now, and that's the most aft bulkhead, but I'm not in a major rush to do that just yet. So what we're going to do next is try and frame out this door and finish off the paneling up here at the window, and do some tongue grooving work here and here and flowing out that way. So this area now is just going to keep chipping away at it and try and get it finished. So we'll keep going. So this is my buddy Johnny. Johnny's got a boat here as well. He just bought it there about 2 months ago? Less? A month ago?
No, it's about 2 months ago. Sure, I was sailing there for about 3 weeks. So
yeah, so today he's going to help me do something pretty cool, and we're going to show you what it is. So this bad boy here is a monitor wind vane, and I'm very, very, very excited about fitting this. So we're just trying to drill some holes at the moment, get the brackets on, but the bottom bar here actually was really badly damaged, and one of the lads welded that up and made it all perfect again. So thanks for that, Ronan. Gave it a bit of a polish as well, so she's looking well.
looking good.
So the plan is now to, it's kind of at the right height. You have to have a certain height off the waterline, so that's perfect. And then what we have to do now is drill all the holes to the brackets, and then take it off, paint the holes, and then put it back on again. So it's taken a bit to figure out where we actually want it.
Well, and the weather actually was nice today for a change, so I don't exactly want to be doing this now, but it has to be done.
But yeah, we just had to make sure it was perfectly level with the waterline on the boat, or with the centerline of the boat. So perfectly level on the centerline and level with the boat itself when it's on an even keel. So it actually is an unreal day for the middle of September.
There's no wind, so not much sailing, but
it's just loads of wind.
Barbecue or something outside today. Nice to meet. Huh? No, I think if I could put the line tighter so that it's closer for you to work on. It's actually better this week. You know, just because when you lean on it, it drifts out, and you know, you're expecting to fall in. Do you need me here?
No, I'm okay. So this might be the most picturesque video of a monitor ever, but yeah, so the two top mounts are fitted now, so I can square the back of it, the back of it here, and put the bottom mounts on, which are kind of the same as the top but just smaller, and then it will be fitted. I want to say thanks to the fellow that sold this to me as well. These are really hard to find, so Dermot, if you're watching, thanks man. It was nice to get my hands on one of these finally, and thanks for giving me such a good deal as well. After we replace this, it's like new, so I'm delighted. So now that I've got all the holes drilled for the monitor in the back of the boat, I'm going to use Interprotect primer to basically seal those holes from any rust. So yeah, I'm going to use these syringes. I'm going to mix it in this little pot and see how it goes. I haven't used this before, so I'm excited to see what it's going to be like. So, it's way too early in the morning. We just moved this lovely wooden boat called Aguila over to the drying pad that you would have seen me on last year. And big interesting job today. We have to drop the boat on the tide and give off a clean of about 3 years worth of mud and crap. So yeah, it's going to be a fun day. So this boat actually belongs to a friend of mine called David, and he's going to tell us what it's all about now and give us a little bit of a look. So it's a beautiful boat, big boat, 54 foot. But yeah, we're just going to wait for the tide to go out, and in the meantime David can tell us all about the boat.
So on board the good ship Aguila, 55-year-old Iliad, and alongside we'll scrape the bottom with the help of a lot of mates who've materialised out of thin air. Hasn't been out of the water for 3 years, although the bottom got scrubbed last August, just over a year ago, by some divers, and we thought we were going to be on the move, but obviously plans changed one reason or another. So she actually has not really moved for quite a long time, so the bottom will be absolutely filthy, and so will we by the end of the day, because she's sitting on she will be sitting on a concrete slab, which is surrounded by vile, evil-smelling mud, in which we will be submerged for several hours probably. But that is one of the joys of being young, and I'm sure we'll all survive. So thank you very much, Rhys. Thank you for your help.
No worries.
Over the months and hours to come. Thank you.
Do you want to tell us about the project that you took? I mean, this wasn't exactly a clean, nice boat when you got it.
No, a friend of mine, an old school friend and myself, obtained her nearly 6 years ago in Plymouth, and although she was cosmetically in a very good state, she was structurally not very sound, and so what started off as being a sort of a renovation actually became much more of a rebuilding, and as we were going along we decided to, rather than restore her in the way that she had been originally, to really sort of change her character and to rebuild the things, rebuild her in the way that we wanted, because one of the aims of having the boat is to use her for part of the time in the future with visually impaired people, and so we've been modifying her with that very much in mind, to make her safe for people who can't really see their way around very well. So we've built some very high railings all around the edge, and we've tried to minimise the trip hazards on the deck, and we've filled her full of things that are actually nice to feel, or have some sort of historical interest, so if you can't see them you can still appreciate them through your hands and fingers or your ears, and she's actually been restored in quite a different way from what we were imagining at the outset. But we think she's a very fine boat, although we haven't really sailed her very much yet, because initially she was not safe to do so, but then other factors have obviously got in the way during this last 12 months or so. But hopefully in the next few months things will change. We can do some autumn and winter sailing, and make the best of this beautiful part of the world, west coast of Ireland, where we seem to have ended up for the time being. Thank you very much.
No worries. So I suppose get the boiler suit on and we get some jobs done. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
So we've just scraped the all the mussels off. Well, the lads did most of it, I just did a little bit. And you can see there was a good few tons of mussels on the boat. There's salvage growth in this marina because there's a lot of farms up the river and stuff. But Niamh is jet washing. We reckon this job's going to take a few days, so there'll be a few tides between. I won't be involved in all of it, but I'll help where I can. Yeah, you can see Niamh is power washing there now. And then yeah, I know it's been a while, but it's been a pretty busy, crazy few months. So yeah, this video has been sitting in my to-do list for ages. But there is a reason for that. We've been cracking on with the boats and I've been working a lot. So, you know, the videos have taken a little bit of a backseat again, but we are on track to be finished soon, which is really exciting. I've just got, like, obviously the headliners and things like that to finish, and the heads, but we'll forget that exists for a while. The mast got delivered to the sailmaker in Pwllheli, so that's very exciting. The plan originally was to go over and get that mast in November, which was a month ago, but that just didn't fall to, you know, didn't work out because yeah, obviously we have a virus going around and we can't travel. The weather was crap anyway, so like probably wouldn't have found a weather window in the month of November anyway, so it wasn't really realistically ever going to happen in November. But it's been delivered, it's in safe hands, and we're going to go and collect it in the spring. So for anyone who did buy a coin or has donated on PayPal, which there were a lot more than I expected, massive thanks. Like, that made a huge difference to the cost of it. It just, yeah, it couldn't have happened without you. So yeah, we'll do, we could forget about the mast for a while, but come March, I think March or April, we'll be over getting it fitted. So we'll come back to it then, and we can do a detailed video set of the mast, what we're planning to do and how to fit it, all the rigging and the sail stuff. There's so many videos in that, so that's going to be a really exciting time. So the focus now for the next 3 months is getting the boat ready to leave and to move it to Pwllheli. So somehow we're going to manage to do that, and our sea trials in August showed us we need to do a little bit on the engine, but other than that, almost everything works okay. So when we get to Pwllheli, we'll do the mast, the rigging, and the water tanks, and finish the heads. And who knows how long that's going to take, but we'll be in a nice place, so we won't really care. So without much further shite talking, I'll let you guys go, and see you in the next episode, whenever that's going to be.